Alright, so this is just a quick video to take a look at a children's toy. It's a little DIY Lego style truck. Alright, check out a couple of images, it'll give you a few more details, and then we'll take a little closer quick look. Alright, so as stated, we're taking a look at this little truck. It's basically just a little crane. And before we get into the actual crane, you've got this little DIY. So it's a little building option. They actually appear to have a multitude of different models available, which is pretty cool, I suppose, if you wanted to have a little collection or if you have multiple children. But this is pretty good for fairly younger children because it's sort of like a Lego style as far as assembly goes. But it's in rather large pieces. So I've got it kind of loose right now so I can show you a few pieces. So this is the truck itself, little crane. We'll get back to that here in just a moment. Before we do that, I want to show you that it has this little assorted bag of signs. So you have like hazard sign, some little trees, a couple fire hydrants, and there is another tree, some more signs. There's also stop sign, signal light, sort of a caution, almost like a yield sign, but it's cautionary type sign. Well, not a couple fire hydrants, but you have a couple of these little pylons and a fire hydrant. So anyway, a little assortment to add to the fun, especially if you have a child with an imagination. You can get quite a bit of enjoyment out of this, I would imagine. And you have this little tool set, and so this is going to be great for very, very young children, unless you're really keeping track of them, because it does have some smaller parts. But because it's fairly easy to build, it would work for younger children that are not going to be putting things into their mouth. So you basically have a little sort of a socket, flat, and sort of a Phillips style. And that's good because, well, for example, you can see right there, it's a few different places throughout the vehicle, some on the front, that you can disassemble this. So you can also remove the tires, the wheels with this. Now the back wheels are free rolling, but the front, excuse me, without any batteries required. Sort of get that engine siren sound when it's rolling, and it will also, because of that, when you push it, it will keep rolling after you let go. Not just free rolling, but it'll actually pull itself because of the power that is created there. Now this entire front assembly comes apart. The mirrors actually fold outward, but it has rubber bands on it to keep everything together. And since this is probably going to go to my nephews, I'm going to not disassemble the entire truck. This little tab here is for the batteries, and judging by the size, it looks like it's going to use a little collection of button cell batteries. So this little piece here, once you pull that out, you open up the batteries. So that gives you a little bit of an idea about the sound. So put that back in. And real quickly, I'll set this over here. I believe you can see that well enough. Okay, I try to leave these things hand tightened. So you can see that comes off in a fairly big piece, but you do have 3 more that can be taken out in case you wanted to tear it down a little bit further. Depends on how far your child wants to take it apart, I suppose. All of the screws or bolts, whatever you want to call them, they're all the same size, so should be no problem as far as reassembly goes. They don't have to knock themselves out trying to remember where anything goes. Some of the pieces do go back in a specific order, but that's also good, I guess, for learning if you think about it, because it'll make it easier. So, see that little lip right there on that is covered by this piece, so this has to go on before this. Same applies to the structure for the crane. And then take that one out, and we have our sort of our base here that has our little steering wheel control, and the steering wheel does actually turn, and it actually tilts just a little bit as well. Interesting they put that in there. Maybe it's just designed that way to be a little bit loose, but you can see it kind of looks like Lego. Doesn't really snap together so much as bolt together, but like I said, it's sort of Lego-ish in style, I suppose. These rubber bands are holding everything together, so again, I'm going to leave that there. But I thought it was pretty neat, and I don't know if my nephews are too old to play with this. Maybe they'll like it, maybe they won't, but, you know, I guess they'll find out. Anyway, I just wanted to show you real quickly. It's very easy to take apart. Pretty much any child, I suppose, of any reasonable age that would be able to play with things that are this small would be capable of assembling and disassembling this with relative ease. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I just wanted to show you that. So, if you want to find out more about this, check out the link below. Thanks for watching.